It's Terry Rozier from the Charlotte Hornets, joined by Dr. Olga Otter.
Otter, like the animal.
Otter. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been trying to get it right. I apologize for that.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna jump right into it. This is probably my first time ever, interviewing anybody. So, bear with me. So I'm gonna start off just a couple questions. Probably, like what the virus is looking like right now, like what it's doing for the city of Charlotte. So we start with that. Just explain like what the rates is moving at. Is it going? Is it getting better? We're just talking Charlotte right now.
Okay. Well, I'm in Chapel Hill, but I know a little bit about Charlotte as well.
Okay. Well, let's speak. Let's just do that.
So right now, it's predicted to kind of get bad here around the middle of the month. So 15th to the 20th is when we figure the surge is going to happen.
Okay.
We're starting to see more cases. We're nowhere near, Detroit or New York or New Orleans, but it's definitely picking up. Unfortunately, we've had several cases in nursing homes, and once it's in a nursing home, kind of like out in Washington, once it's there, it kind of spreads pretty quickly.
Wow.
The other concern is that we're starting to see cases in our prison system. And so prison guards, and I think there's a positive case in an inmate as well. So again, it's a close community where people can't do social distancing, and so it spreads really fast.
Right.
Overall, I'd say that people have been doing the social distancing really well. You don't see a whole lot of people out and about, and people are listening, and that's going to be the best way to decrease the curves. And the reason that we're worried about it is we don't want it to hit all at once, so that we have this huge peak like New York is seeing, so that we're running out of rooms, we're running out of ventilators, we're running out of masks. It's scary.
Yeah. And for sure, it definitely got to get worse before it get better. I'm aware of that. What are you doing? Like, far as like I know, like social distancing is a thing that we're all doing right now, staying home. But like what are you doing, like to take action, like so we can be kind of in the loop of like what's like your normal day or what you got to do?
I have a family. And it's hard for me to social distance when I go to work because I have to be out in the public. So I take certain steps. So when I'm at work, I have a surgical cap that I wear.
Right.
I cut my hair.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've got my N95 masks that I wear to protect myself. And these are the things that are in greatest need right now. So what happens is when this is on, it's a tight seal. I can't breathe in any small particles, any viruses. It's completely blocked by the N95 mask. The other thing that we have is we have a face shield that goes over it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're going to be doing something like intubating somebody, so putting a tube in to help them breathe, we have an additional kind of respirator. It looks like Darth Vader, like an astronaut type of thing that kind of encloses us in. So that's what I do at work. And then after work, I shower at work, change everything out, and then immediately put everything into the wash when I get home. Hand hygiene, so washing my hands, using antiseptic gel the whole time. Something that people can do, and they're just starting to recommend it, is wear masks while you're out in public. So you can make one, or there's lots of people online who are volunteering to make. So this is a typical mask that you can wear. And this protects mostly other people. It doesn't protect you so much.
So is it a certain, I'm sorry to interrupt, is it a certain mask that you're like?
So this is just cloth. This is just cloth. And the idea is it keeps you from touching your face when you're at the grocery store, because that's when you get it in your nose and your mouth and your eyes.
Right.
And if you sneeze or cough, it's contained. And it also helps to remind you that you're in when you're outside the house, that you're in an environment that you can contract the virus. So it's more of a kind of a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not meant that if you wear a mask that you're safe and that you can be, close to other people. You still need to have your social distancing. You still need to be away from other people. But it's just one added layer to protect yourself and other people.
Right. So we should encourage everybody. But it's tough to find the masks and things right now. Yeah.
It's really tough.
Really.
So there's a lot of websites online. You can make it out of a T-shirt or other things. If you've got someone who knows how to sew or has a sewing machine, your mom, your grandma, your dad, whoever can sew, it's helpful. There's big Facebook groups that have lots of time on their hands because everyone's socially distancing.
Right.
So it's worth reaching out to your community and seeing if someone can do it for you. A bandana works as well. Again, it's mainly just to remind yourself not to touch your nose and your mouth, and to keep the big droplets. So if you cough or sneeze.
Right.
So we're seeing with the virus, the things to look for, to think, well, do I have COVID? So things that we're seeing is loss of smell or taste, which is kind of weird. That's kind of an early sign. Fever, of course, cough. Some people have had some nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. And that's kind of the early stage. And then what we're seeing is you do that for a little bit, and then you get worse. You get really tight in the chest. You can't breathe. You can't finish a sentence. Getting up and walking around is very difficult. And that's when you need to come to the hospital. When you get to the point where you can't speak a sentence or you feel very short of breath when you're up walking around, that's when you need to come in and see us. If you're going to call ahead and let the ER know that you're coming in, that's helpful, just so we know where to direct you. Most ERs either have a tent or have a special section of the ER that we put the patients that we think may be positive for the virus. And something that's very important to know is that you can have the virus and be giving it to other people and not have any symptoms. And that can last anywhere from 24 hours to 2 weeks. And so you can be walking around and have the coronavirus and pass it on to people and have no idea. So that's why the social distancing is so important. You may feel just fine, but you may have come in contact with it, be carrying it, and may have even a mild case, but you're still giving it to other people.
Yeah. And I know you mentioned that it's going to get crazier, like in the middle of this month, the middle of April. So would you say like the next 4 weeks, how would you say that like everybody will be? Would you think that like maybe the fourth week people start moving around a little bit? Would you encourage that, or you think that everybody should really just stick it out until it's to that time?
I think I know we're all getting a little stir crazy. We're all getting cabin fever.
Yeah, I think I'm asking for everyone.
But I think it's important for everyone just to hang with it a little bit longer. I mean, I know that, some people said, well, Easter's a good time to let up. Well, Easter is Sunday and our peak is going to be after that. So I would say the longer that we can keep the stay at place, the better it's going to be for everyone. We got to worry about not just the typical people who are getting it, which seems to be, late 50s, early 60s folks. We're seeing a lot of young people as well. So people in their 20s and 30s who are otherwise healthy are starting to get it and get it really ill. We're immunocompromised. So people who have medical issues, cancer, who are on chemotherapy or on medications that makes their immune system not work. That's a worry as well. I had breast cancer this past year, and so I kind of am in that patient population, although I'm not on chemotherapy. There's still a worry for people like me and people who are going through chemotherapy, or people who, for whatever reason, their immune systems don't work. They're on steroids, etc. Those are the people that we need to worry about and protect. So you may be healthy, your friends may be healthy, people that may be healthy, but you staying inside and not spreading the virus keeps other people healthy.
Gotcha. So okay, I will ask you a question. What are you doing to prepare yourself? Or what would you advise? maybe people staying at home, like, do you still wash your hands all day from being around at home? Like you could be around no one. Do you still advise people to wash their hands? Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, wash your hands after going to the bathroom. Wash your
yeah,
hands.
like, yeah, of course I'm talking, but I'm saying like,
Oh no, I mean, I wouldn't, wash your hands to the point of them being raw or anything like that. But be healthy, eat good meals, go outside, get some sun with sunscreen. Um, you know, exercise, do all the things that this time is allowing us to do. Um, take some mental health breaks, step away from social media because it can be kind of getting into your own head about stuff. Spend time with family, whether family that you live with, or FaceTime or house party or Zoom or however you get in touch with people that you love. That's important because social isolation is scary, and being able to play games with your family over the internet or um, just talk to people is important.
yeah.
How are you handling it?
Well, I wake up and like I was trying to tell, this is probably the toughest part. Me being a athlete. Sometimes I stay up later than usual. I still try to maintain a certain time to wake up and get a good workout in. So I try to get a good sweat going. I eat breakfast right after. Depends on what time I work out, and I get a nice meal in, and then I probably just relax for the rest of the day. But it's been feeling so good outside. So I've been outside a little bit, getting a little sun, but definitely listening to the instructions, the rules, and trying to do my part and help. And I feel like we all should do ours. But just being at home, getting a nice healthy meal in, trying to stay healthy. That's what my days are looking like. So
This is my son Calvin. Hi.
how you doing, Calvin?
So
Good.
he wants to grow up and be an NBA player.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Keep practicing, man. That's what I had to do. Whether it's in the room, outside, keep practicing. Mom said you'd be playing for a couple hours a day. That's good. That's how to start. So I just want to tell you, man, just keep working. That's my advice to you. And watch as much basketball as you can. Obviously, do your work and listen to your mom. But the sky's the limit. You can definitely be an NBA player, bro. It's nice to meet you. Isn't it Calvin?
Yeah.
Calvin. Nice to meet you, Calvin. He about to go play basketball again.
He is. He's just ready to be over so you can go play. I had to kick the neighbor kids off of it because they were dribbling out there. I was like, shh.
You're the real hero. Really do appreciate you. Definitely wanted to call and ask a couple questions just so I can get a better understanding. I can pass the information. That's all I got, and I really do appreciate you again. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, and stay healthy. And I said thanks again.